Well, here we go. On my way to see the flow of a foreign place that feels so familiar. But wait, that's too fast. Let me go a bit back to the past. Here's me, Heather, and my little boy Ollie. His day of birth put a stop to my adventure, but only temporarily, to be sure. He's a challenge, no doubt, but one I'm more than willing to take on, the little sprout. Because of him, I gained the status for the Pell Grant, which granted me the opportunity to become a Gilman Scholar. So, day one, day fun. Returning from the Okavango Delta, I felt a certain energy in our group. It was electric, eclectic, and sometimes it got a little hectic. Enjoying our first of many dinners together, we started to form our community, like weaving heather. Little did I know I would come to call these new friends a type of family. Keeping this story friendly, let's continue. I awaken in my tent, my home for the next 6 weeks, paying little for rent. The air is chilled and refreshing, something I will learn to appreciate as Texas burns one to a, well, crisp. I grab some tea, cocoa, or instant coffee, instantly feeling the warmth spread through my body. Here at Takadu Bush Camp, we're doing research on vegetation growth, growing our field skills for some later use. We spend the morning warming up and writing down data to be studied later. Cookie time proceeds at two sweet treats per researcher, then back to our plots while birds watch as perchers. When we finish, it's time to ride with Torolf or Daryl, hoping the acacia branches won't be our peril. Lunch is best served with beets and beans, as I dig in like a shovel to replenish lost proteins. After a meal, it's time to learn. However, it's hard not to steal a nap, for which I yearn. Friends teach about subjects our minds can't yet reach, but through first-hand experience, we will begin to understand this place. Serious. Finishing field work is bittersweet. Though I won't miss the aching feet, I will miss this ranch and its peculiar treats. So many plants from the plots in our heads. Sometimes the ants bite like shots as we go to our beds. We make a few Hansi trips in our last days here, stocking up on gummies, biltong, and chutney chips before they disappear. The chest tourney is in full swing, and the chilly mornings are ending as winter gives way to spring. I think back on my time in this small Botswana town and how my experience will be without renown. The stash crew, the warm stew, the art co-op owned by the San, the Hansi fair with face-painting fun, the blanket forts, and wildlife skulls. The wind in the branches, my sleep lulls. Laundry days to clean filthy clothes, and quick hot showers to wash dirty toes. And who could forget that night of stargazing, complete with a meteor shower and a campfire blazing? Yes, it's certainly been fun here at Takadu, but with all this sand, I'm sorely missing the morning's raw dew. Transfer day is soon, and sitting in a 60s truck isn't much fun, but what lies ahead is as brilliant as the bright sun. Did you know male Kalahari lions are the only ones with manes that have black? Oh, sorry. Where was I? Let's get back on track. Finishing the field expedition to the Kalahari, my phone's memory filled faster than a Ferrari. The wildlife, simply spectacular. But waking up to the breakfast bell was even better. Deception Pan certainly lives up to its name. The soil has quite the crusty grain. The sun sets before hitting the horizon, and the best part, no reception from Verizon. Thank you, Mark and Delia Owens, for sharing this unique place, and now having visited here, in my heart and mind, it leaves its trace. Whoa, and I thought the Kalahari was cool, but the Mobabi Game Reserve officially takes first for a most spectacular visit. No wonder Botswana is nicknamed the land of 1,000 elephants. They've definitely thrived, despite the elements. Also here, there are birds galore. Sometimes I still can't believe I'm on this trip as a sophomore. Wildlife pics? I'll show you more, as many as I can weave into this lore. To end the trip, we put away our phones to go sip on real life. And my emotions and hormones well up and spring tears as my thoughts run from childhood to the afterlife. Well, friends, it seems we've reached the end. This last week in the town of Mound was a good cap to put on this bottle of a trip. We bought hot sauce, tapestries, figurines, and more to our wallet's loss. We beaded with Milton, give thanks. Walked the dry riverbed, weaved with Titania at Shirobe Basket Cooperative, and had a celebratory dinner of tacos, complimented with everyone getting a superlative. Speeches made and hugs given, we partied a bit that night, then, in our beds, we laid. I woke up the next morning to birdsong and wind in the trees. What a start to travel day, with friends such as these. We get to the airport very early, so no rush, and have our fill of lunch so as not to feel flush. We check our bags, they stamp our books. We wait and watch documentaries of the bush, all the while reminiscing on just how wonderful it all was. As I walk across the tarmac to depart this magnificent corner of earth, I take in the last sights, sounds, smells, and feelings of Botswana, a place as warm in my heart as a hearth.